Attention, hippies. Are you out there?
Seti Bimco, episode 300, end of an era. Not today, though. What is the actual number, Tim?
195.
Oh, pretty close,
195.
Though. Oh, wait, I said 300. I thought we were going to 3. We're only up to 200. And we'll go no further.
Anyway, later this episode, we're going to talk about a movie called Bad Ronald.
It sure is.
I picked it. George bullied me into it.
Wait, yeah, there was an option, and I got excited. There was another movie you chose, which looked shitty, and this one looked better. And I think we chose right, Tim.
Oh, it's fun. It's from 1974, 3 years before Star Wars.
Yep.
We always start every episode with an age-old question about revenge.
Yep.
Guess what, George?
What?
Did the U2 tribute band, made up of Kevin Spacey, James Franco, and Matt Lauer, ever get revenge on the lamestream media for calling their tribute band Me Too? Not U2, huh?
It's Seti Bimco Part 2, The Revenge. The show where we create revenge sequels that nobody wanted.
It's Seti Bimco, Part 2, The Revenge. We got lots of big news this episode. Happenings.
That's a pretty good exhalation, right, Tim?
Yes.
I have strong lungs. Yes.
So much to talk about.
So much. What should we start talking about first, Tim?
I don't know if you got my text. Well, let's not talk about that first because I got to scroll down to that. How about how are you? Is there anything you want to say that's sometimes you surprise me?
Funny.
With funny jokes and.
I could share a funny story that happened in our lives.
Okay, yours.
So Tim and I, Tim is a cartoonist. I am a cartoonist. We both live in New York. We live in Brooklyn, the great borough of Brooklyn. And recently, while I was taking a break from writing, I popped into my local Trader Joe's. Not local enough, honestly. It's a bit of a hike. Who do I run into there? But producer Mrs. Lee.
You did.
And producer Mrs. Lee runs up. She goes, "Oh, you've got to see what Tim made for..." We call him Foofy for the show. Our friend Foofy.
He doesn't care if we use his name.
I think it's funny.
All right.
And I'm like, what did Tim make? And she did a classic Tim Hamilton. She said she drew one of Foofy's characters in a pose like Mr. Miller's. Now, I know how the Hamiltons work. I know that's what they say when they can't think of names. I deduced quickly that she had drawn... Tim, you had drawn a picture for Foofy's birthday, his 47th birthday, of one of his characters from his award-winning comic, which we can't name, so we'll call it Coconut Meat.
He doesn't care.
And
I'm
doing this for my... Yeah, because that's I almost said what the real name was. And I realized that you had drawn this character in the style of something by Frank Miller, who I assume Mr. Miller was.
She said...
And then...
Didn't she tell you Batman, so you had a clue which...
Oh, you're right. She did. She said the famous Batman pose by Mr. Miller, I think was her exact phrasing.
Yep, the one.
So then I raced home. This was days in advance of the birthday. Days. And Tim,
you ran in, you slammed the door. You said your wife's name.
Slammed the door. I said my wife's name aloud. No, actually, I didn't actually draw. I didn't draw my thing until the day before because that's just the way I roll, Tim.
Oh,
but then I drew also a very elaborate picture for Foofy's birthday because Tim and I are always locked in this weird competitive thing. We don't talk about it openly, but I did learn after the fact that Tim, when he heard that producer Miss Lee, he's like, "Why did you tell George that?"
Yes,
and you slammed.
I slammed doors.
And
so clear the tables. I got to draw a better one.
So we met Foofy and friends for brunch, and I graciously invited Tim to go first. And Tim's drawing was amazing. It was a fucking great drawing because Tim is a famous comic book artist. I'll say it's even better than the Mr. Miller original.
Yeah, right.
Because that guy's problematic.
Take that, Frank Miller.
But then I have to say I won because know what I did, Tim and listeners? I put mine in a frame.
You did. You put it in
So it doesn't matter. And Fife told me, he goes, Tim's drawing was really nice, but yours was framed, so you win. And he said, I'm
He's
the
your
better
best
friend.
friend.
He said, you're a bad person. Yep. So that's
Nice.
the big story. Tim and my extreme competitiveness on display every single episode of City Bimco.
It is.
Spilled out into the real world with the unanticipated assist from producer Miss Lee. Producer Miss Lee, thank you very much.
Now, George is feverishly trying to think up his own tribute band joke, because I did one already.
No. I do have a replacement Seti Bimco podcast, though.
We're going to move on to that. I have a story, too.
Let's hear. It's Tim. What happened in the world of Tim Hamilbone?
I think I've told people before on this podcast that if you tell me a funny thing or I see a funny thing an animal does, especially a cat, but dogs too, it just cracks me up. I don't know how to explain it. I don't think it affects other people this way.
Wait. Let me get this straight, Tim. When you see a funny cat
destroys me.
video, it laughs you. It makes you laugh. It laughs you.
Did I say
You
it
mean-
laughs me?
No, I said that because I'm speaking like an idiot.
It's usually...
But,
yeah, I love those too. I try not to look at those.
But I just
They
think it's funny
destroy
that
me.
like literally like 90% of the internet is funny cat videos because people love watching. You're like, guys, you don't guess when I see a funny cat video, I laugh at it. Huh? How's that
But-
for crazy?
Maybe I should explain. Before
Yes,
there were videos,
probably.
when I first went to college,
Uh-huh.
and you can like, you talk with your teachers more leisurely, and our teacher
This
was
is
like...
when dinosaurs still roam the earth. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
teachers wore loincloths. But our teacher was upset one morning. I guess she couldn't have any toast with her breakfast. And we're like, what happened? She said, well, my cat last night, he made like a little quarter-size hole in the bag where the bread is, like the cellophane bag. And I guess all night the cat just stuck his paw in and then torn the bread out piece by piece and spread it everywhere. Okay. And that image in my mind, I just fell on the floor laughing, probably. That's how I remember it. And
Yeah. Okay.
and to quickly not make this segment too long.
Wait.
What?
This doesn't tie into anything recent. You're literally going back to college.
No. This ties into recent stories with the animal.
All right.
Because I know lots of other dog owners, because I have a dog, and one of Soul's friends is like a husky.
Soul is Tim's dog. Everybody.
Soul's my dog. It has a husky friend, and we talked to their parents.
The proper
talking
term
about
is slightly
owners.
overweight, Tim.
What?
Husky is rude. Call him
yes.
slightly overweight. Yes. Okay.
The huskies, the overweight dogs owners, talking about how much their dog is a food hound, and they have to like lock food up, can't leave it on the table or anything. Some dogs are like that. Some dogs aren't.
Yeah.
So they also have 2 cats. And she said, yeah, I was cleaning the litter box one day, and there was this giant thing in there. And I was like, oh, my God, my cat didn't poop out like a human-sized turd did it. It was, like, disturbing. And then she realized, oh, it's the enchilada that we hid in the microwave, that the dog somehow figured out how to open the microwave and buried the enchilada in the kitty litter for later.
Ew.
I know, but still.
So gross. I hate everything about
I
this
wouldn't be
story.
mad if I was in that house. I would be laughing. That's how I am. I know. People at home are like, what's wrong? What's wrong with Tim?
People are like,
Move
why
along.
People
Edit
are
this
like,
part
why
out.
did I download this episode? They're gonna. Why did I dedicate priceless space on my iPhone for this?
A good segue. Right?
Oh, how so, Tim?
Did you see the news that I texted you?
Yes.
So you may
yes.
remember episode
This is big news, folks.
124 of Seti Bimco Part 2, The Revenge, was an
What was the
episode
movie?
about Beware of the Clowns, spelled with
No,
a K.
I think it's just Beware the Clowns.
That's what I said. Beware of the Clowns.
You said Beware
with
of
a
the
K.
Clowns. I think it's Beware the Clowns. Let's see this.
I thought I saw an of in there. Sorry,
Well, now
Tim
that-
Wallach.
Friend of the show.
We're
Tim
ruining your announcement.
Oh, it is Beware of
see
the
it?
Clowns. Yep.
Well, Beware
You're
of the
right, I'm
Clowns is out on Vinegar Syndrome and other places on a Blu-ray, region-free Blu-ray.
Ooh, and
Director's
this is
cut.
a new version.
Commentary, bloopers, making of, concept trailer. What's this, George? An episode of Seti Bimco Part 2, The Revenge, talking about Beware of the Clowns.
Oh, I'm glad it's that one and not one of our other episodes. Hope it's not like
This is our best
girls
one.
riding around in circles on dirt bikes or something.
Second best.
Typical Tim Hamilton film. Yeah, so Tim Wallach We always meant to have him on. We really need to do that one of these days before we end the podcast in 4 episodes. But he had wrote us a really nice letter after we used Beware the Clowns as a stepping off point for our typical inanity. And he was, for some reason, tickled by this. And great guy, great filmmaker, great movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. In fact, wait. If you haven't seen it, buy it for Vinegar Syndrome.
$29 on Vinegar Syndrome.
That's a
If you
bargain.
mention our name, he'll charge you more. I think.
Yes. Vinegar Syndrome does good stuff too. I didn't realize it was a Vinegar Syndrome. That's awesome.
It's on their site.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
I actually just went to the site right now, and as we're recording this, their site is down because they are.
I saw that.
It's going to reopen tomorrow,
Okay.
May 22nd, behind the scenes for a big Black Friday sale. So hey, folks, actually, specifically, it opens in 2 hours from a recording. So
It'll
just
be
go
open when
there.
you hear this.
It'll be open by then. Yeah, go buy like 17 copies of Beware the Clowns.
This airs in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, so go
Trump's
back
hand
in time
will
and
have
buy.
rotted off by then
But he'll have replaced it with chainsaw.
with a new one.
With the new chainsaw hand.
That'd be good.
Yeah, chainsaw.
So yes,
Who would
congratulations,
win
Tim.
in a fight, Tim? Donald Trump or Ash Williams from the Evil Dead saga?
Well, Donald Trump, because God is always saving him.
That's true.
From
That's true.
bullets.
He is anointed. He's anointed by Jesus.
I think I read
He
online.
is Jesus, I
checked it.
think. I think he's, yeah.
Well, God only saved Trump like 3 times, but God had saved Hitler like 7 times from assassination. So,
Oh, shit. Oh.
or 5 times, I forget.
So that's big news, Tim. That's big news about
That's
the
big
Tim
news.
Wallach that we're going to be in Beware the Clowns. I'm actually really excited. I can't wait to get myself a copy so I could listen to a podcast I already listened to.
Yeah, and I don't like to talk about new movies because I just like to look at old ones and have a fun time with them. I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I would say Beware the Clowns is a good movie. It's a fun, low budget movie.
It's honestly one of I think our better episodes. Like
Okay, yeah.
you and I were on for that one. It's like, I think it was because Beware the Clowns is a good film.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a replacement Seti Bimco podcasts?
Yeah, because the show
Okay.
could be ending soon, and every week George and I are coming up with ideas of a show to replace it with. So you came up with one because it's on your mind.
I do, yeah.
I can tell.
All right, so if you've been listening to this ongoing bit, which is not just a bit, folks, we're going to end this fucking train wreck of a podcast soon enough. But
haven't
like
talked
at
about
first,
it.
I was playing with the beep boops and the boop beeps and stuff, but that only has so much play. Then I was doing different versions of the name Seti Bimco because I feel like the name has a certain cachet. Wouldn't you agree, Tim? It's a
agree.
nonsense that means nothing except for to you and former co-host John Kelly, but that doesn't matter. So how about this, Tim? This is the replacement podcast, right? We're getting rid of movies. We're getting rid of talking about movies. We're going to call it Sooty Bimco. And inspired by events in this movie, partially, it's going to be you conducting a series of home invasions where you slide down chimneys. And you're going to live record it. And you're going to jump out of the chimneys, hopefully while there's like a harmless old lady watching BBC and a TV or something. You're like,
Oh, it's in
boo,
England.
boo, I'm in your house. No, she's just watching BBC. She's an Anglophile. Yeah, they don't have chimneys big enough for an American in England. It's you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a gender swapped version of you.
Those
What
are
did you
built for
say in a few
children.
years? Yep. Yeah, they did a whole episode of last podcast that left about chimney sweeps.
I
Remember?
heard it.
was
Yep.
pretty nightmarish. Made me.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're going to slide down the chimneys, and sometimes there won't be anything there. And sometimes there'll be a family having Christmas dinner, and sometimes there'll be an old lady. But whatever it is, you're going to terrify folks, and it's going to be good listening.
Am I going to wear a GoPro so I can video?
Yeah, I think that's actually makes
My
sense.
point
But
of view.
here's the thing: because you're going to go down feet first, this GoPro's will be slapped on your groin. What do you
Somebody
think
has
of
to
that?
film. Are you going to be outside filming out through the window secretly?
No, I'm going to be doing my own podcast.
Okay.
Yeah,
You just report on me.
yeah. Well, my podcast, coincidentally, is called Seti Bim Cop, and it's just me, and I call the police on you when you have your various home invasions.
I like that idea.
All right, Tim, what's yours?
My show? You'll never guess. My show's a very simple
wait.
name.
I actually want to guess. Flibbertigy and McGubbins.
No.
Right? What the fuck was that? Okay, what is it?
Testicles. George, my show is called testicles. We have guests on, and we test how much we can tickle them. Testicles.
Testicles. Oh. Tim, I expect you're going to have a hard time getting guests for this for various reasons.
We'll just have like John Kelly every week and then tie him down, tickle him, to test out what tickles him.
He'll be like, don't forget to sprinkle me liberally with olive oil.
Right.
Yep.
The logo will be 2 fingers tickling 2 balls.
Wow. What are the balls, Tim?
That would be the climax of each episode, tickling actual testicles.
So you're actually now's the part of testicles where we test tickling testicles.
Yes.
Yeah. And you say, okay. This is you know what, Tim?
That's a great show.
I'm going to say, know what's going to happen?
What?
Vinegar Syndrome's going to release a new DVD of Bad Ronald, and they're going to hear our episode, and they're like, let's not include this.
That's right.
That's my feeling of what's going to happen with this particular episode.
That's a good segue to talking about what you just talked about.
What did I just talk about, Tim?
Bad Ronald.
Bad Ronald.
Ooh, TV movie, by the way. I think we should tell people. That was pretty obvious. Where do we start?
Yeah. I wrote down. I'll read you what I copied off of.
But I have lots to talk about. Yeah, read the plot. The plot.
This isn't even the plot. This is like what it is. Bad Ronald is a 1974 American made-for-television horror thriller, I guess, directed by a guy with the name of Buzz Kulick, and starring a bunch of people I'd never heard of and Dabney Coleman. And it's based on the novel of the same title by Jack Vance.
Yep, I looked him up. Did you look him up?
I did. He wrote a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And the novel is apparently a lot more fucked up than the book.
You read that too, movie. Involving incest and rape. Which you can see in the movie.
Didn't catch the incest, but
come on.
I'm sure it's there. I'm sure it's there. Yeah.
Well, no.
Well, the mom had bombs.
Mom and Ronald were a Norman Bates kind of thing going on. I think.
Tim, I was trying to back into this because my first comment that I wrote at the top, and I don't want to give people the wrong idea, is like I feel this like this movie is your origin story, but now that you're going into like the darker aspects, I rescind that. The TV version is like your origin story, not the Jack Vance novel. But I feel like if you're ever wondering, like you listen to an episode of this, or you open up an issue of the New Yorker and you see a cartoon by my co-host, you're be like, what a strange pickle of a man is this Tim Hamilton. I wonder what strange concoction of life experiences led to this being. Watch Bad Ronald. I think you get a pretty clear idea.
We'll get to that. Because you said...
Yes.
People you never heard of.
Yes.
Can we go through who these were?
Oh, I'll list. Here's the cast. You can tell me what old-timey stuff I should know them from.
Okay.
The Ronald was played by a guy named Scott Jacoby.
He played Arthur's son on The Golden Girls.
Oh, wait, I did read that. Okay, yes. The Maude connection. I can forget that. All right. Pippa Scott.
She was known for her Katharine Hepburn impersonations like she did in this movie.
Don't even know if that's a joke or not.
It's a joke.
John Larch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Larch. Okay.
I saw him a lot, but we know Dabney Coleman. He's the boss from 9 to 5.
Yeah. And many other things. Like he was in Cloak and Dagger, which I, as a kid, thought was about the mutant superheroes, but it was not.
Right.
And someone named Kim Hunter.
She's Dr. Zero on Planet of the Apes. She's the chimp. Yeah.
Chimp woman.
Yes.
Wait, really? The one that kisses...
Really?
Wow. That's what she looks like. She's not a monkey. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, all right. I still argue that outside of Dabney Coleman... limited wattage of star power.
John Fiedler, Mr. Roscoe. He's the realtor, I think. He's the voice of Piglet on the Winnie the Pooh cartoons.
I had that as a surprise, man. Okay, yeah, I have a whole thing in here because he's not mentioned. There's a character who is a realtor in this. He has one scene. The second that dude speaks, I'm like, that dude's Piglet.
Yes.
And I looked it up. I'm like, and it's hard because that's not, like Piglet. The guy who played him, John Fiedler, I guess is his name. He had a long career. This is not exactly at the top of his IMDb. I had to kind of do some searching. But then I saw a picture. I'm like, oh, that. First off, if you've never seen a picture of John Fiedler, dude looks like Piglet.
Yes. Was he in the Twilight Zone? He was around forever.
I mean,
I think he was.
I think I think he's under glass at the New York Public Library.
I think he is.
with the rest of the Pooh characters. We just talked about that a couple weeks ago.
They've stuffed him.
So let's, but that's like, if you're like a Piglet completist, understand he's in one scene and most of it's filmed through a peephole. Because, should we talk about this movie?
Well, one more person. Lisa
Heidelbeck?
No, she's one of the daughters in this movie. She was in the pilot episode of Spider-Man that we watched. One of the daughters.
Who did she play?
I didn't look it up. I just like,
Was she like the love interest of...
she might have been.
Because they had some fancy-looking babes.
They're supposed to be teenagers. Come on.
And Spider-Man. I assume she was older at that point.
Yeah. So you're talking about Spider-Man version, yes.
Yeah, of course. Not this. No, these look like little fucking kids. You know what she's best known for?
What?
She was in Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, I think I read that too.
I like that you went with Spider-Man and she was in 1984's top grossing film. That's I don't think I saw the pilot one with you, did I? Mm-hmm. Oh, I did.
You totally watched the origin story with me.
I watched and we were like outraged by the total lack of Uncle Ben.
Yes.
Yeah.
Need Uncle Ben.
Yep.
Sans Uncle Ben, George.
Sans Uncle. It's like yeah.
You know what's happening right now?
The Spider-Man villain, Sans Man. What? What's happening?
I'm gonna veer off. They're filming the last episode of Stephen Colbert, which, whether you like him or not, it's too bad. Yeah. And I never told you that we went to see him this year. Oh
yeah.
You can get free tickets, people, to these shows.
Not anymore, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, different live shows, not to
yes.
him.
Yeah.
You just sign up, and they either get them or you don't, and we got them. So I saw a live taping of the show. We were like second row in the middle. I just want to warn people that's not the best seat because the big camera's right in front of you, along with the stagehand man who's like helping out, right in front of us. It's fine. It was still fun.
Who was the guest? Was it Lisa Eilbacher?
No.
Captain Coleman?
It's the father of a girl on Stranger Things, because I didn't realize his daughter was in Stranger Things. I'm like, why are you talking about Stranger Things? I'm like, your daughter's
Ethan Hawke?
Yes, he was on. He was Mr. Father of Girl in Stranger Things.
That's a new level of you not knowing who people are.
But the thing I wanted to tell you is, at these shows, they have warm-up comedians to warm up the audience.
Yeah.
And they bring people up from the audience and ask them questions. And if the comedian is good with crowd work, it's funny. And it's funny because he asked a young lady, maybe in her 20s, what she does. And she said her job. And then she said, but also, I'm an influencer. I take pictures of food and restaurants and everything. And you could hear people behind me going, like, none of us want to hear about it.
Right now. No.
And I feel so bad for him because he tried. He got himself out of it. But that was the part of the show where we were like, I could hear the air go out of the room.
First off, as an old, never call any young person because they're, of course, going to say something like that.
Well,
they're going to say 6 or 7. They're going to say like TikTok, and they're just going to say shit that doesn't mean anything. It's kids today with their stuff. Get off my lawn.
He was good. Anyway, sorry, I veered off. Oh, I know his name.
You sure did.
And I follow him, but I forget.
Do you follow him on social media, or do you follow him to his house every day?
I follow him to his house every night. I said, do more comedy. Do crowd work with me.
Do you crawl inside his walls?
Yes. I do at midnight. Back to our movie, talking about walls.
Back to the movie. All right. This movie that is Tim's origin story. Yes.
Disorganized. Did you like it?
I did, actually. Like,
it's
this
fun
was a
to
pretty
watch,
good movie.
even though it's ridiculous.
It's not. Well, here's what I was just telling my wife before recording. I'm like, I feel like the fact that it was a TV movie made it really streamlined and easy to follow. Like, we have a problem where a lot of the films we watch are kind of convoluted messes that we're just like it's become a running joke. I have to watch these movies twice, and like that's too many times. So, like this thing, this was like. In comparison, this went down like easy, and it was I was able to follow it. I'm like, oh shit! This has a linear plot that is well acted, and I understand what's going on.
Right. So Kim Hunter, what's her name in the movie?
His mother's name is Elaine. So Ronald is a teenage boy who's like really like in his 30s, but you know how it is in the 70s.
He's a senior in high school.
You're right, and which seems like he should already know where he's going to college at that point. It's my understanding, but like he's got an overprotective mother. He wants to be like a fantasy writer and maybe an artist too, because he also.
Well, this is all confusing. This is his birthday. He gets a toolbox. She's like, "Here's your toolbox," and also during the birthday, she's like, "I hope you get into medical school and everything." And then also for his birthday, he gets art supplies. So I'm like, "What?"
And
is he
his
a Renaissance man?
Sad to say, his birthday is all just him and his mom.
Him and his mom. Yeah, and he's happy.
And we
like my favorite cake.
She's really pushing to be a doctor. I read on Wikipedia it's to cure her illness, which I did not pick up in the movie. I think Wikipedia guy is making some
every
connections.
Once in a while she stops and goes, "Oh, my stomach."
Yeah, but I didn't get the impression. I understand they set up the fact that this is not a well woman, mentally or physically well. But I didn't get the impression
she was just drinking too much lactose.
No, I just didn't think she wanted to become a doctor to cure her. I think she wanted to become a doctor because like that's what moms want.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any greater disappointment for a parent to experience than their kid grows up to be a writer and or a cartoonist.
Kill each other.
She wants to be a doctor.
She wants him to be a doctor.
His dad agreed.
Divorce.
He's not. They're divorced. I guess at the time that was probably less common, and he has terminated. So as not to have to pay child support for Ronald, he has terminated all parental rights.
Well, does his mom say, "I got all parental rights to get the money, and I told him never to come around again"? She's kind of. Didn't she say something like that?
No, what she says is that he surrendered all parental rights because he didn't want to have to pay child support.
Oh, okay, I misheard that.
Yeah. Here's the thing. His mom is a crazy person.
Oh yeah.
But she does truly love her boy. She doesn't like. She's not trying to get money. She just wants to have all control of him. And probably in the book, there's probably something incestuous going on. Again,
that's what I thought.
The movie is Tim's origin story, not the book.
You're making okay.
I'm just saying, Tim. I'm giving you. All right.
I think this movie has the message that fathers are important.
Huh.
A mom can't.
I think you're actually right, Tim. I kind of missed that. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that is kind of a message. Because then the birthday party sadly wraps up because it's a fucking sad birthday party. It's just
you got 3 presents.
You're 18 years old. Yeah, but you're 18. You're with your weird mom, who in the book you're probably having an affair with. Not in the movie though, because in the movie he's like, I was thinking of going by Lori's house and asking her out, and she's like, I don't know about that. Girls are scary, and
no,
so, what does she actually say?
She says that girl doesn't like you. Why bother with her?
Yeah,
she doesn't like you like I like you.
And then she winks, flashes a boob. That's for occasional co-host Kevin Cablasto.
We should point out Ronald sadly is an odd person. He's not like a nice guy, or he's not like a wonderful nice guy. He is odd because of what his mother has done to him.
Yeah,
he just goes to their pool party with his clothes on, and he acts like, hey. I mean, it's very awkward.
Well, I didn't think that he knew there was going to be a pool party going on. Wow. And am I wrong in thinking that the pool party was actually her and her brother and maybe like one friend?
I thought I saw 2 friends because one guy in the pool had a big mustache. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, you're right. The guy with the mustache. I was outraged. I'm like, these are supposed to be high school students. That guy's got a Freddie Mercury mustache.
He did.
So you're right. There's a few people in the pool. So Ronald Wilby shows up, and like I have to give this kid some credit. Like there was this girl, like Elaine. She's like blonde, and like 70s looking, and like he just comes up to her and is like, "Hey, I was wondering if you'd want to go see the movie with me." And she like clearly has no interest whatsoever because Ronald probably smells like spoiled milk, right? Like he just looks like it. Yeah. And she's like, "No, Ronald, I'm gonna be busy washing my hair forever." And they're all making fun of him from the pool. And finally,
they're cruel to him.
They're cruel to him. Yeah, I'll say they're cruel to him.
Yeah.
And as he's riding his bike away,
he's walking. You're confusing it.
Oh.
He's walking through the bushes, and then a girl comes on a bike, and they run into each other.
Right, yeah. Yep.
And she goes, "You got peanut butter in my chocolate."
And he says, "You got
chocolate
hair
in my peanut butter
mouth." No. Tim making references to a commercial campaign that went off the air about
People
the same
know
time
that
this movie premiered. Do they? If you
do.
know what Tim is talking about, please write into us at Seti Bimco with an E at the end at gmail.com.
People
and
know that
wait for us
commercial.
to get no letters. So this girl that walks in, this girl that crashes into to Ronald, this wasn't made super clear to me at the time, but you pick it up later. This is actually the little sister of Lori, the girl he just asked out.
No, I think it's the little sister of the boy, or we're saying Lori and the brother.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Okay,
they're
all
all. It's that's why he's. So there's three Matthews you need to know.
They're all
right?
blonde kids,
They're
except
all
for the guy
these
with the
fucking
mustache.
blondes. Except for the guy with the mustache, yeah. There's Lori, who is the girl that Ronald asks out, and I really don't think appears again after the scene. There's
No.
Dwayne, who is the brother who's yelling shit to him from the pool, who is a major character in this movie. And then there's Carol, the girl that Ronald runs into, and she's like, Ronald, you're a weird little creep. And he goes, you shouldn't talk to me that way. I want you to apologize. And she's like, no, you're just a big, dumb creep. And
But the thing that sends him over is she says, and your mom's weird. And then he's like, ooh.
yeah, and your mom's weird too. So
Don't you talk about my mom that way.
He's consumed with rage for a second, and he holds her. He goes, "You don't talk about my mom," and he shoves her. And well, he's holding her by her face, which is really funny,
Yeah.
like
Squishes
squishing
her
her
face.
cheeks. Yeah, he's squishing her face, and he shoves her back, and she falls down, hits her head on a concrete block, and dies.
Dead.
I'm like, oh,
Dead on arrival.
didn't think the movie's going here so quickly.
Yeah, it moves quick.
It moves very quick.
We don't get a chance to really know anybody.
No. In fact, like that's what I'm saying. You don't really piece together. Even though I said this was like very clear and stuff, you do get the information later that this is the sister. But like, I don't know. Like, folks who made this movie, you had like maybe 12 major roles to fill, and the fact that about 10 of them are filled with blonde kids makes this movie a little bit hard for me to tell who everybody was. Everybody looked the fucking same, except for Dabney Coleman, the guy with the mustache in the pool, and one of the two
And
cops.
Piglet.
Piglet.
Should have had him play one of the teenage boys. Just stick a wig on him.
Yeah.
At least I'd recognize him.
So he's like, Carol, wake up, and then the scene ends, and we're cut back to his mom, who's being like real Norman Batesy in his house, and
He's
he
just all
walks in
worried.
and he's all looking. How would you describe his appearance, Tim?
He's sweaty and chewing on his fingers. That's his only affectation. He chews on fingers or chocolate bars this whole movie.
Huh? You're right. He does eat a lot of
Yes.
stuff.
He's always
Didn't
chewing on
really
a chocolate bar.
Tim, when you were young and you killed your first person accidentally, did you
Jeez.
chew him? Did you chill in chocolate bars?
Chilling. I didn't like chocolate bars as much. I need to save my money for my X-Men comics.
For your comics, you know. And then
I bought a Charleston
then,
shoe once. I'm like, I'm not buying this again.
You're like, this was ridiculous. And then you're like,
Anyway.
I'm going to save my money to read The Adventures of X-Men. And then Lockheed appeared. And you're like, boo! And that's how you developed your troubling chocolate addiction.
Three Musketeers. That's one I liked as a kid.
Ew, really?
Yep, I like those.
Man.
Which one did you like? Y'all had your favorite.
Special Dark by Hershey's.
Ooh.
My mom and I, like, my mom would buy those little Hershey's miniatures, and it was a competition. Like,
Who could eat the most?
I was not.
What?
That was no,
Competition.
it's whoever would get them. Not
Okay.
just like you'd be in the. It would be, you know. First off, like that's not a thing you sit down and eat like 10 of at a time. But you would open the bag and you would be like, oh, I'm gonna get a Special Dark. Like those would definitely disappear quickest at my house.
Okay. Gotta hide them.
Well, you know, the thing was, Tim, I wasn't the breadwinner in the family. My
Bury them
mom
in-
got first.
Bury them in the kitty litter. No one will find them.
Speaking of burying, that's what Ronald does to Carol. He comes back, he tells his mom, and she's like, well, you buried her. Nobody's going to believe this is an accident now, which is a
Yeah.
good point. We don't see the burying or anything, too. Which does seem like
but
a
she's
lot.
like, you're going to ruin your medical career if people find out.
Yeah. So they come up with this idea, which...
It's bonkers.
So it's they live in this big old Victorian house, which we see in the beginning. It's got 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. There's one downstairs, and she's like, "Okay, we're gonna lock you in this bathroom. We're gonna put wallpaper and plasterboard over the door. But
And
we'll
luckily, she
create a
just gave
secret entrance where-
him a toolkit. Luckily, she just gave him a
the
toolkit. So
and they create a special latch that lets him get in, like a little not even a half door, like a little crawlway that lets him into like the
in
cupboard.
the pantry, yeah.
in the pantry. That's the word I was looking for. And because he's in the bathroom, as she says, now you could keep clean and keep doing stuff. And you just have to wait in there until this all blows over. And I'm like, this isn't like he stole her bike. He fucking murdered this kid. Accidentally, albeit, but... And
yeah, she's all like, it's an accident.
I don't know if there's a statute of limitation. And even if he hadn't buried her, if he'd be like, oh my God, I shoved her, like maybe he would have... Yeah, so... They're not well.
But the thing that I thought of when they did this, they had the old wallpaper to put on that new wall.
I wondered the same thing, Tim.
Yeah.
Like, and like he's like, look, Ma, I did good with the tools. And he makes it, you can't tell there's a bathroom there. Almost like the set maybe didn't have a bathroom there. And so he goes in there and they work out this thing. She goes, if I knock twice, that means get to cover. Trouble's there.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, Mom. And he's in there presumably taking a wicked shit or something. And because this is a half bath, no showers.
No.
But he's got water. He got poo-poo. He got a sink. But so then these two cops arrive.
We should tell you something about Ronald that we forgot before we go further. He's also obsessed because he has art supplies. He's writing and drawing this book about... Can you pronounce the name of the kingdom? Atrista?
Atranta.
Atranta. And a prince and a princess? Yeah, what were you going to say?
There's a prince and a princess, and there's an evil duke, and he's writing this thing. And he's becoming like a Ronald Darger sort of thing, where as the movie progresses, because he stays in this room for a long time, he's filling the walls with weird paintings of these characters.
Yes, so.
But can I just, let's talk about that name, Atranta.
Yeah, it's the worst thing.
That sucks.
It does.
There's a certain type of when you make up a fantasy world, there's a certain ring you want for it, right? Atranta, you just took Atlanta and switched one letter. And I know Atlanta's close to Atlantis, a famous fantasy world, but come on, Atranta.
Do we ever learn the prince's name? I don't think we do. It's just a prince.
No, it's just the prince and the princess and the evil duke.
And he's a halfway decent artist for a senior in high school, by the way.
That's true. He probably could have been a cartoonist. He probably would have been a cartoonist.
He is a cartoonist. He's basically is.
And
he's a cartoonist.
And he's us. This is us, Tim. If we had killed a girl and then lived in a bathroom, this would have been our life.
If we had a bathroom in our studio, it would be perfect.
His mom keeps being like, make sure you do exercises in there. And so we see their life goes on. Oh, the cops come and they're like, your son, this Carol Hughes girl, is that her name? Hughes? Matthews.
Yeah.
She went disappearing. She's like, oh, what a terrible thing to happen. Can we speak to your son? We understand he was in the area. She's like, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Mm-hmm. And so she acts pretty good. It seems relatively, she seems like maybe
she's like, look
away.
Around.
Yeah. Look around. Definitely look at that new wallpaper we put up. Ronald's listening on the other side of the wall. As Tim pointed out, which I didn't really register until now, he's eating a candy bar. Just being a pig. And one of the cops goes into his bedroom and looks at some of the drawings, but he finds a note. And it says, Mom, I'm sorry for the trouble I caused you. And she's like, well, I don't, I hope wherever he is, he's feeling bad or something. And the other cop's like, it's a very enlightened attitude, miss. Well, we'll come back if we hear anything. And so she knocks, and he comes out. He's like, wow, Bob, that was a close call. She's like, that was a very good idea, Ronald, to make that note.
Yep. And they introduce very quickly Mrs. Schumacher. She's the neighbor, and she's always just staring in the window.
Now, Tim, I wrote a note here. Ask Tim who this lady is. She's got to be she had a blue link. I didn't click it.
She wasn't
she's got to be something.
She was an older actress. All their links, you look up their actress photos, it's them in flappers in the 20s. That's her picture.
Yeah, they were they're former beauty queens, and now they're. Oh my God, you're right. Holy crap! There's pictures of her from the 20s, and she was a gorgeous flapper.
Yep.
She isn't in this movie,
but she's always just her head pops up and she just stares, and then she disappears like a Muppet or something.
Yeah, and her facial expression, she looks cartoony.
You know the real reason she was doing this, George?
Oh, it's a list!
I'm just telling you. The real reason she was staring at the windows, she wasn't peeking. She was obsessed with making sure the windows were clean. That's one thing. She suspected that an alien named Mork lived in the house. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh. Was that on the air already, Tim?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
She heard that Ronald had a bootleg of the 1973 Eagles concert.
Oh, I knew it was going to be Eagles.
Santa Monica.
You're so obsessed.
And she really wanted to get her hands on that.
Okay. Where'd she hear such a strange thing, Tim?
All right. That's my list. That's my sucky list.
That was, no offense, Tim, not your best. I say, if my advice to you,
care.
Take the Eagles, put them in a drawer, close the drawer, lock the drawer. Don't mention the Eagles anymore.
Well, who you want me to make fun of? Limp Bizkit some more?
Yeah, Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
Or whoever. Some other new band, because I know Limp Bizkit's new for you. So it's Mrs. Schumacher always sniffing around, and his mom's like, you have to watch her. She's watching us like a hawk.
For some reason.
And she's
I don't
saying,
know why.
because she assumes that,
nosy neighbor.
I think the reason why it does, if you think about what's happening, I was thinking this in the movie, like, it's pretty obvious to the town at large that Ronald killed this girl. And then, like, the mom still lives there. I'm like, are they noticing that she's still buying enough groceries for 2 people?
Yeah, bags of chocolate.
Right? Like, I'm like, that's very suspicious in and of itself. And, like,
Charleston
just, like, imagine
shoes.
what the mom's going through. Every time she goes out, like, everyone's like, that's the mother of the boy who killed the girl. And she even mentions at one point, she goes, I ran into Mrs. Matthews at the store. She was very nice. But her son, Dwayne, he said some terrible things about you. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, your son did murder his little sister.
Yeah.
The fact that the mom was nice to you doesn't make sense in the context of this film.
And then she says, anyway, Ronald, here's all that hand lotion you were asking for.
And she goes, and also this bag of tissues. And also this stack of magazines. So the mom, as Tim alluded to before, she's always kind of like, every once in a while she'll go like, or like hold her side. And one morning after she tells this whole story, she's like, well, Ronald, just so you know, and I'm going to the doctor. I went to the doctor, and he says I have an emergency gallbladder problem. And so I have to go to the hospital, get it taken out. And I'm going to be gone for a week. So while I'm gone, you just make sure you don't come out at all, because Mrs. Schumacher is watching like a hawk, blibbity blop, blibbity blop.
And here's a bunch of powdered milk.
Here's a bunch of powdered milk, and she goes,
if you noticed
and then
that.
He just drink. I didn't. No, is that important?
Because he drinks
really?
it. And he just drinks it. He's like, yuck. That's why he does sneak out while she's away to get milk, remember?
Oh. Yeah, I didn't even register that. Yeah, so she's gone for a week, so he does sneak out a couple times.
Looks at her bed. That's later. Sorry. He does sneak around the house a little bit.
Yeah, and then Mrs. Schumacher almost sees him.
Yes. Because she does peek through the windows.
And then, like, I guess a certain amount of time has passed.
Yeah.
It's kind of unclear. I mean, I don't know how this isn't months of time in the course of the movie.
Ronald keeps getting dirtier and dirtier. That's how this goes on.
He is caked in
filthy.
He's so dirty. I'm watching, with my wife, we're watching that new version of Lord of the Flies. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
And, like, that's just full of dirty, dirty kids. But, like, they got nothing on Bad Ronald. He's just... And you know, because, like, this guy...
Chocolate.
Ronald's gone through puberty. He must smell so bad.
Oh, yeah.
And we want to think it's chocolate, Tim, but I don't think it's chocolate.
What are you talking about?
I don't... the stuff that's all of him, I don't think it's...
Oh, it's all of him. It's paint.
I think when he talks about the evil Duke,
hand lotion.
he's not saying D-U-K-E. I think he's talking...
He's got a toilet.
He does, but... Is he able to flush it? I mean, Mrs. Schumacher's snooping around the house. Yeah. He didn't flush at least. So somehow, immediately, I mean, I don't know how long this is supposed to be. It only makes sense if it's months, but then it doesn't make sense if it's months. But basically, he's waiting for his mom to come back. We're not really told how long it is. And a realtor comes in. The realtor is Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. So there's this little pink pig, and he's with this lady, and he's selling the house. And he mentions that... the mother died, so that's how he learns. He's watching through.
He's listening.
He's screwed little holes, like and that's little peepholes.
Because
he has a toolbox. Yep. So he has all these little holes throughout the house that let him see in stuff. So he sees this. So this whole thing's filmed through like a pinhole. It's like, yep, she died, gallbladder surgery. Too bad. Well, we got to sell this house quick. Apparently in a week because he still has fucking food in there somehow and hasn't come out. And
he also drills a hole in his floor, and he can sneak outside a little bit under the house.
You're right.
I don't know when that happens, but it does happen.
Yeah,
like around
you're
now.
right. That's but he still really hasn't snuck out much. I guess that's probably to show Tim that he has, because I was like, what is this guy doing for food? She was gone for a week, and like for her to die and the house to already be up for like there's no way that's not months of time.
Right.
So anyway, so yeah,
Mrs. Wood. So he's just basically the Woods that come to look at the house.
Yeah, it's the Wood family, and their names are
Father Dabney Coleman.
Father Dabney Coleman. The mother.
The youngest daughter is Babs.
You're right. The oldest daughter, I think, is Ellen, and the middle daughter is Althea. And it looks like fucking half the Brady Bunch. They look so much like the Brady Bunch. And they have this whole meeting where they're like, should we move in? And like Althea, or the middle one, or I think I decided Althea. She's like, I don't know, could be ghosts. No, Babs doesn't want to go there. She's like,
oh yeah.
I thought Althea said there was ghosts, but Babs is the one who didn't want to live there.
Yeah, Babs didn't want to live there. She didn't want
matters. Babs has a bad feeling. Althea thinks there's ghosts. The oldest daughter is like, sure. They take a vote because it's a very, I'm impressed the family does it. They all take a vote and they buy the house and they move in. Ronald's still living in the secret bathroom.
But they do say, if only it had more bathrooms. Why only one bathroom? And
for 4 bedrooms, yeah.
And Dabney, the father, he goes, well, bathrooms just weren't that important back then.
He goes, yeah, back in the day, people only shit once a week.
I was like, they weren't? What?
I mean, it was a Victorian house. Maybe it's a possibility. I don't know. What, Tim, why are we making excuses for what is actually a silly plot point in this movie?
It is, because why do you think that?
Why don't you get a fucking blueprint to the house? You're like, that's weird. There's supposed to be a bathroom here.
Yes.
Wouldn't you notice there was a bathroom there?
There was a pipe in the basement.
Pipes? Yeah, there's so many. So anyway, don't you hear the toilet flushing alarm?
That's what I thought.
Don't you hear sometimes, like, he's living on a diet of, like, canned food, what we hope to God is chocolate and powdered milk. He must be having some wicked shits in there.
He must.
So anyway, Ronald's still living in the secret room, and he
sneaks out and steals food at night.
Yeah, at night, and like he's also like spying on the girls, and like creepily, he seems to be having a crush on Babs, who's clearly very young.
Yes,
there's like 2 girls in the family who are more his age, but he's like, the 13-year-old. Like, Ronald, you're bad. Tim and Scott, why the movie's called Bad Ronald.
Yes. Yeah. And again, this is why people back then, I don't know how old Dabney Coleman was back then, but how old did he look? Because this is when he's young. This is like 74.
He looked like he was 74.
Yes.
Dabney Coleman oddly looks older in this movie than he did later in his career. I don't know what the fuck was with the 70s.
But he was doing sit-ups in the bedroom while talking to his wife about
while
how
drinking
the house...
a beer.
Yeah, he finished it and drinks a beer. That's his energy drink.
I'm like prime 70s right here. But, the thing that we learned, the Woods family's pretty good. Like, the mom and dad, like, they're into exercise and stuff.
I think the dad was a little bit dismissive of them all the time.
Well,
it's like, what? There's no ghosts. I'm not eating your eggs. I'm not drinking your milk. I'm not stealing all the hand lotion.
There's a scene where it's like... where the mom's like, I don't get it. I hard-boiled a dozen eggs yesterday. Now we're down to 2. And he's like, listen, woman. This is Dabney Coleman. I haven't eaten any of your fucking eggs. And
that's a lot of eggs for Ronald to eat, too.
Right? Again, compounding the bathroom difficulties. Whereas he's doing a cool hand Luke in this room. There's no way that's not coming out of him.
Yes.
So the oldest daughter, who I think we decided was Ellen. Mm-hmm. No, actually, I did.
It doesn't matter. She's the oldest daughter.
Doesn't matter. The oldest daughter. She has a boyfriend, Dwayne.
Dwayne, the older brother.
Dwayne Matthews, the older brother. Yep.
That Ronald killed.
Yep.
He starts coming to the house.
He comes out like he meets Dabney Coleman on the front lawn, and he's just a good, upstanding young boy. And they're having dinner over there with the family ones sometimes. So it's the 2 Wood parents, the 3 girls, and Dwayne. And one of the girls is like, so what do you think of this place? And he's just like, I guess I never thought I'd be eating here. She's like, what do you mean? Ronald Wilby lived here. Who's Ronald Wilby? He murdered my sister. Awkward.
Everybody stops. You hear a record scratch.
There's just like the soundtrack goes dead for a bit. It's just people clearing. Dabney Coleman's like, "Hey guys, we're doing something funny."
His mustache falls off.
His mustache falls off. He puts his hand in his armpit, starts making fart noises. Anything to break the unbearable silence. So we get a little of the backstory, which I'm like, oh, that's the guy that we saw in the pool.
Well,
before.
Dwayne was known for saying awkward things at dinner. There's a few
what
other
else did he
things
say,
said.
Tim? Oh, this is good. I didn't do any lists this episode. I don't know why, but this is good. All right, let's hear
One
it.
thing
What
he
else?
said was, "Gee, Mr. Wood, your daughters make my pants feel tight."
Okay.
He also says,
I already hate this, right?
he,
Go
sa-
ahead.
he says,
Yeah.
"Mr. Wood, my dad says he sure is happy white people moved into this house."
Oh, that's, I mean, Tim, I don't think they even needed to say that back then. And then what else, Tim? Rule of threes.
Rule of the threes?
You were yelling at me the other episode for not do rule of threes. You were going to get away with just two? Fuck you.
Speaking of my dad, I hope you can give me a ride home because he went out for a pack of cigarettes a week ago and never came back. I didn't write a third one.
That was actually, I mean,
Give me a
not
third
bad,
one.
not bad for the top of your head. All right. So
That's not a good
Ronald does hear this. He's watching through a peephole in the wall.
Yep.
And we get a little glimpse into him somewhere around here where we see that he is like, now it's like real like Darger territory. Like all the surfaces of the bathroom are covered with weird drawings.
Well, he's drawing the evil prince as Dwayne.
And like after this scene, he starts drawing. No, it's not. It's Evil Duke.
Evil Duke. Okay.
Yeah, because he's the good prince, and the princess is Babs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, the
okay.
family goes on a picnic now, right? For some reason, the parents or the family. No, the family go on a picnic.
I didn't take notes of this part, so I don't remember
Really?
what to tell me.
This is a big deal. The family goes on a picnic, and Ronald goes out to steal food like he does.
Oh, this is the Mrs. Schumacher scene.
Yeah, he shuts the fridge, and who's staring
I
at
didn't
him in the
write
window?
with the Yep.
Mrs. Schumacher.
Mrs. Schumacher still snooping around, even though the Wilbys are dead as far as she knows
Yeah.
and live there. She sees him. She runs for it.
She's sniffing the windows, George. She likes to sniff windows.
Oh, so she's no longer concerned about whether they're clean. Now she's like, I wonder if these windows smell good. Mm-hmm. Tim, what did the windows smell like?
Old glass and paint. Dead
Old
insects.
glass and paint. Dead insects. All right, that's good. That's pretty good. Good improv, Tim.
Yeah.
So, he
You
chases.
want funny improv? Come to me.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
chases.
He doesn't chase her. He just walks
Yeah, he
towards
does.
her.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And she's like,
And-
"Oh my God, it's Ronald!"
Yep.
And she
And
just
then,
falls down the steps backwards. That was good.
According to Wikipedia, she died of a heart attack.
Okay,
I kind of thought she broke her neck.
I did too.
Yeah. Anyway.
And here's where
Then
Ronald's
he,
stupid. He could have
And
left her there.
He says, "Oh, they're gonna blame me for this one too."
Yeah, because it's your fault.
But you're right, Tim. Leave her there.
Yeah.
Let that be a problem for them. So what does he do? He drags her body
Under the
into
porch.
because
that's where he made the
covered
opening.
garbage thing.
He went under the porch and he dragged her
Okay.
back under the porch. Where I'm like,
Yep.
it's gonna stink. What are you doing?
That's gonna keep your problems gone for like 2 days. Yeah. And Mrs. Schumacher, like she was barely holding it together, right?
No.
Like I'm saying like she was barely not rotted as is.
Yeah.
She's gonna turn ripe in like an hour after.
And at
death.
some point, he goes upstairs and tries to break into Babs's diary, or maybe the older
Yep.
girl. I forget who.
I couldn't actually tell whose diary it was. I thought for sure we were going to get a panty sniffing scene, and we
In the
didn't.
book, I'm sure.
Okay. In the book, I'm sure he eats the panties.
I thought she was going to say, "Who, with chocolate-covered hands, was trying to get into my diary?" Because there's no way. I mean, she had to find like chocolate.
And then her other
dirt
sister
out.
coming from the other room was like, "Who had peanut butter hands and was trying to get into my
Yes.
underpants?" And then they smashed the two together. They're like, why do you have your peanut buttery underpants on my diary? And then, yeah.
Good improv. George.
So, yeah, that
We're
was
both-
better than yours.
We're both good tonight.
We're both good. Let's skip ahead.
To what?
Mr. or Mrs. Wood are going to leave town for a couple days.
You know what they did, George?
What'd
They
they
went on
do?
a car trip. You know what they listened to in that whole car trip?
Let me guess, the Eagles?
No, Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, that's actually fun. Which album?
The one that.
One of the ones before Stevie Nicks joined. It's
Yep.
not good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of Fleetwood Mac, did you ever hear of the Fleetwood Mac tribute band made up
Oh, no, we're doing this again.
of beachcombers? Did you know?
Is it called Driftwood Mac?
Yes,
Yeah.
Good improv, George.
I
love this bit.
Folks, like about 2 weeks ago, Tim started doing his cover band things. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I'm going to do whatever I can to guess his jokes and ruin them.
No, you're just going to give me the punchline. That's fine.
All right, Mr. and Mrs. Wood make plans to go out of town for a couple days, and they're like leaving the girls by themselves. And at this point, I think the middle girl, who's still like talking about the ghost, she's like, I think this house is weird too. Everybody thinks this house is weird except for the oldest girl, who likes it because it's close to Dwayne.
Because she heard Ronald drop a jar once too. She's like,
yes, he drops a jar. Yes, and there.
Did you hear a toilet flush?
I just heard something, and you see like a shot of like broken glass. He's like, whoopsie. So I don't remember how this happens, but it's just Babs is home alone, right?
Well, the other girls are out playing tennis or something. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So Babs is there by himself, and like Ronald's like, well, here's my chance. And he comes out, and he is just suddenly in her room. She's like, who the fuck are you?
We put a picture up of her as a princess, too.
Yep, and he has the picture of a princess. And I actually wrote down this bit. He's like, I know your parents won't be home until Sunday. She's like, how do you know that? Oh, he does have a name, Tim. I wrote it down. Or at least he does. I'm Prince Norbert, ruler of Atlanta. I know everything. So she runs.
Well, he keeps her there for a little while and talks to her, but then she does get out and run.
Yeah.
She runs to the worst place.
Where does she run, Tim?
Next door.
Yeah, Mrs. Schumacher's
Mrs. Schumacher's dead. And then she runs to the basement. I'm like, oh, come on.
She doesn't know. I don't think she knows Miss Schumacher's dead because, but.
No, but why go to the basement? You'll be trapped.
Yeah, well, she gets trapped in the basement. But at least she's safe. Ronald, we should mention at this point, is filthy and covered with...
And he chases her outside, yeah.
He does. He's right. Because he's just... At this point, we guess he's just so gone that he honestly thinks he's a character in his weird novel he's writing.
And for no reason at all, in the basement, when she turns around, there's like all these weird dolls hanging there. Remember that?
Yes.
Like, oh, Miss Schumacher. What were you up to?
Yeah, Miss Schumacher like literally has like dolls, like weird dolls hanging by their necks. I don't understand why. I guess just a jump scare.
Just to scare us.
Yep, it was weird.
Give us questions.
Maybe she was a serial killer too.
That. I can't believe I didn't make a list. Why did Miss Schumacher have dolls in her basement? Oh well,
Let's make it right now. Let's do it right now. Number one, she had to air them out after getting them wet at the beach. Tim, you go number two.
Number two, only one doll was allowed to sleep with her on any one night. The rest had to stay in the basement.
All right.
Yeah.
Number three, she had to teach those dolls a lesson after they kept talking back to her. Number four.
No, three. Rule of threes.
No, he's got to do rule of twos.
Rule of twos?
Rule of twos, two each for us two people.
Those dolls were all practice dolls till she could perfect her little Hitler doll.
Number five.
No, it's only four, George.
She thought the blue fairy would bring it to life and make it a real boy.
These are not
six, Tim, not rule of threes.
Not funny at all.
All right. They're all good. All right. So we come back to the house, and because Ronald's become a little bit of a crime guy, he's apparently written a note where he pretends to be Babs, and she's like, I'm leaving because no one listens to me.
Right.
And her sisters apparently don't notice this isn't her handwriting. They call the cops. One of the cops from before, who actually made a remark, like in my notes, I'm like, he seemed very smart earlier. Now he's a complete dunce.
Yeah.
They show him the note being like, our sister disappeared. First off, it's been like an hour. But he is like, kids these days disappear all the time. They are always running off. I'm like, that's not a good answer.
No.
So he's not believing it. And they just don't do anything. And then, like, Dwayne comes over. At this point, my notes get pretty spotty, Tim.
Well, Dwayne comes over because they're like, we don't know what happened. She disappeared. Will you stay with us? And what does Dwayne do?
Well, isn't he kind of like, this reminds me a little bit of what happened with or something? I don't know.
No, he's like, well, the game's on. I got to watch the game. Remember? And he's like, go get me some hamburgers, rare with onions. I'm like, okay. That's what happens.
So it's actually a good thing when Ronald comes out of the secret room again and pummels him unconscious with something.
But yes? I do want to tell you why it's so important that he watches this game, even though a girl is missing. And have hamburgers with onions.
I'm going to draw a picture.
Why are you Well, watching football is Dwayne's coping mechanism ever since his dad went out to buy some onions and never came back.
Oh my God, just like Mr. Matthews.
Yes. He demanded his burgers be rare with onions because his dad once told him you can't get a girl pregnant if you eat a lot of onions.
Why would his dad lie that way?
That's what they did in the 70s.
All they did was lie.
He really likes watching football because it's one of the few things that takes his mind off autoerotic asphyxiation.
All right, that's good list, Tim.
That's why he had to watch a football game while Babs was missing.
It's weird, though, because then he tied that rope around his neck and was jacking off.
Yeah.
So it didn't really... So, Ronald comes out. They briefly confront. Ronald hits him with like an ashtray and knocks him out.
I thought he bashed his head in. It was a big, heavy thing.
Because it's a big, heavy thing. We don't see the move.
Yeah, it's
Tim,
behind the couch.
In the book,
Probably.
he bashes his head in, yeah. And then he drags him into his hiding
Secret
spot.
room and ties him up there.
Which is like, that's not smart.
Nope.
Now the police are like, they call the police again. They're like, so I know this Dwayne boy. If he's not constantly watching football, that boy's trying to jerk himself up. So they check all the closets in the house. They realize he's not hanging himself from anything. They're like, I think we actually do have a problem. And then
but they still leave him alone. They're like, we're going to leave. You just lock the doors.
This is the 70s. There's no way of getting in touch with the parents because they're out. They're at a swingers party somewhere.
Yeah, listen to
the cop keeps being like, "We could get you a hotel room. We'll pay for it." They're like, "Nah, we'll stay here. We'll stay here because we're." So the cops leave.
Wasn't the couch tipped over when they came back too? Like something happened here.
Yeah. There was clearly signs of a struggle. There was whatever he hit him with was shattered on the floor. There was blood, probably.
There's chocolate everywhere.
And actually, at this point, you kind of think maybe he's dead. But then the police leave, and the girls hear these weird noises.
Because Dwayne tries to get away, and they kind of fight.
Yep. Yeah, and he gets another fight with Ronald.
Sticks his head in the toilet.
Flushes it. His head comes off. It goes down. It's rough.
And the girls are like, what's going on? And then they finally see the little ray of light coming from his peephole.
This is probably the best part of the movie, and it's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Like, the middle girl is like, she just notices on the wall there's a circle of light. And she follows, and there's a peephole coming through, and she's staring at it. And the older sister's standing a little further back, and she's looking at this hole in the wall where light's pouring through from outside. Even though it's night, I don't know why. And then suddenly a big brown eye comes in front of it and blinks, and she screams, "Ah!" Just like that.
And Ronald, for reasons unknown, just bursts through the wall.
Fucking Kool-Aid Man's through the wall.
Yes.
Which I realized, I wrote this down. I'm like, this is why they kept mentioning he did extra exercises. I think he's supposed to be very strong. I'm being serious. I think after being there...
He built a piss-poor wall. It's like balsa
It's probably a combo of the two. He busts through the walls and like slow motion. The girls go running out of the house. He's chasing after him. And I guess the police were just watching outside.
Yeah.
Because they're on him like flies on a piece of shit. They attack him on the ground. He's crying for his mom.
For reasons we don't know. He's already in a fantasy world. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess Prince Norbert.
Not a satisfactory ending.
No, and then Bab is next door. She's like, I got out of the basement. And then Dwayne's in the room. Was like, I was also in a different basement. And they're both fine. And
Dwayne
that's the
said,
end.
what? Dwayne wants to know the score of the game.
He goes quick.
Yes.
Yep.
You've seen it's improbable, but remember in like 2008, a man in Japan was missing food, and he put up a camera and found out that a lady was living in his closet.
A little old lady was living in his closet. I have another story here, Tim. I'm actually going to read you a little bit. Mm-hmm. So it's not that, because this is years after this happened. Like Tim mentioned, this happened in Japan where a salaryman who was not home a lot, he found out that there was an old lady living in his apartment sneaking out and stealing food. This is a little bit of a darker one. I'm going to read you just what I copied off Wikipedia.
Okay.
In 1986, I didn't write down his first name because it's cut and pasted.
Ancient
a guy
times.
named something LaPlante, his name is LaPlante, asked a 15-year-old Tina Bowen on a date over the phone. Bowen agreed, and when she met with him, she was shocked to see a rough and unkempt-looking LaPlante who had lied about his appearance to her. So, I guess... I don't know,
and was he like adult?
No, he was still a teenager, but he was older.
Okay.
He was about 19. I didn't get all the information here, apparently. Pardon me. After their date concluded, LaPlante started to stalk Bowen regularly. Using his experience as a home burglar, LaPlante went inside the Bowen family home and hid in a very narrow space inside the walls of the house, which are said to be no more than a few inches wide.
What?
Now, Tim,
He
after
died.
over a year and possibly up to 3 of the Bowen family hearing strange noises and noticing household items going missing, Frank Bowen, Tina's father, opened one of his daughter's closets to find a dirty LaPlante with his face painted in ketchup and mayonnaise with hair and spikes, wielding Frank's hatchet and wrench.
Oh.
LaPlante then instructed Frank and his daughters to go into a bedroom before Frank slammed the door between him and LaPlante. Tina, the daughter, then jumped out of a second-story window and ran to a neighbor's house to call the police for help. When police arrived, they were able to extract Frank and his daughters out of the house and thoroughly searched the interior of the house, unable to find LaPlante.
Oh, he was in the wall.
Police later discovered a series of tunnels and small spaces inside the walls of the house where LaPlante had been living. He was nowhere to be found, and the Bowen family moved on.
What?
Yes, this is a true story. And then it ends really bad because then later on, LaPlante ends up like murdering this woman and killing her 2 kids.
Oh, did he run from that house?
Not these one. This one, they didn't find out. Like, imagine if you're this family.
Yeah.
They didn't realize this was this guy LaPlante that had gone on a date with him until years later. Because he had ketchup and mayonnaise all over his face, and it was in his hair and shit, they didn't recognize who he was. Like, if you read the descriptions, they're like, I think he was blonde, or maybe he had dark hair, maybe he had a mustache, or maybe he didn't. They didn't know who this was. They didn't know any of this shit. He disappears from their lives. They move away. Then later on, a few years later, this same guy kills this other woman and her 2 kids, which is fucking awful. Mm-hmm. And then they find out that this guy had been living in their house for possibly up to 3 fucking years.
A different house.
No. This guy, like, when this
they
happened,
moved into that house. This is like a Ronald story.
The family I just read you, this family is fine after this. Yeah. And they just have this weird story about this weird guy with ketchup on their face. A different woman who's not connected to this family is later killed by the same maniac. And after they capture him, it's revealed he was the guy who did this story.
Yeah.
Yep.
I never heard of that.
No, I hadn't either. It was actually linked off of the Wikipedia of this. They mentioned how this is similar to the story. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
whoa.
Yeah. Whoa, buddy. Whoa.
Now we have the part of the show where Tim and George talk about how this movie is like Star Wars and Labyrinth.
How is this movie like Star Wars, Tim?
Remember when Luke and everyone was trapped in the trash compactor? Do you remember that scene?
Why did I know? Because you always do the trash compactor.
I haven't done it in years.
Liar.
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, there's a scene cut out of the final movie of Star Wars, but while they were in there, much like Ronald in our movie, Luke drilled a hole in the wall and was watching Grand Moff Tarkin's daughters while they wrote in their diaries and programmed their R2 unit to remove their butt pimples.
Oh, wow. Wait, Tim.
I knew you were going to ask me how.
Did we get to see their butts?
Yeah, Luke did.
Yeah, what did it look like?
Well, hard to tell with the laser beams hitting it.
I've told you my theory about Star Wars, right? I think on this podcast.
It's
a long time ago. It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. They're not human.
No, they're not.
There should be a scene where, like, you think you're like, oh man, I can't believe Princess Leia's gonna take off all her clothes, and she does, and she has like utterly weird alien genitalia under there, and her butt is like on her top of her head or something. We don't know.
And it's okay humans. To date your siblings in that universe.
Yeah, also that. It's considered normal.
It's considered a blessing.
It's also like normal to like date a Wookiee if you're like to be the Wookiee's dog like Han Solo is. All right, so enough Star Wars talk, and I like to counter Tim's Star Wars talk with how this is like Labyrinth. Well, Tim, remember Labyrinth when Sarah has, she's mad because she was in the park and she gets rained on, and then her cruel family's making her watch her dumb brother Toby, and she's like, I wish the goblins would take you away, but she has to say the right thing at first. She has to say right now, and we cut suddenly. It's the first time movie you see anything like this. We cut inside the walls, and her walls are filled with goblins. And they go, what? Say the words. Say the magic words. And then she says, I wish the goblins would come and take you away right now. And then the goblins come out. This movie's like that because it also has a goblin on the wall. A chocolate goblin.
They're eating chocolate.
Yes.
All right.
Wherever you are, wherever you're hiding, I'll find you.
Revenge. One of us will die. One of us will die.
I can do my secret first to be quicker than yours. All right.
Start the George's movie now.
Here's the George music. Yeah, feel that rhythm. Okay, so my movie takes place. It's sometime after this. Ronald, as we saw, he's in a bad mental state. He gets dragged down on the front lawn. He gets arrested. He cries for his mommy. She's dead.
Mother.
He totally shits his pants so bad, Tim. The food he's been eating, it's been barely held in there. It's just like, it's such a mess.
Lots of eggs.
Humiliation. He goes to prison. And like well, first they give him a trial. They're like,
Order in the court.
wow, like, so you definitely killed this girl. They blame him for Mrs. Schumacher too, believe it or not. Even though he's like, no, she just was scared and fell down and broke her neck or had a heart attack, according to Wikipedia. And they're like, whatever. So he gets 2 murder things, plus the attempted murder on Dwayne,
Guilty.
plus just being a weird creepo.
Guilty.
He's in jail.
Guilty.
Like, his lawyer makes some cases. He was a good boy before that, but he's in jail for like 40 years.
Ooh.
But the thing is, Tim, he doesn't finish out a sentence there.
No?
No, because one day they're walking by just doing the rounds in the prison. Nobody wants to room with him because he still has a habit of shitting himself. He's really ruined his bowels. Like, he's just smelly. So he gets a room by himself a lot.
Wow.
And the guard's like, wait, there's nobody in there. And they raise the alarms and they check everything, but nobody could find where Ronald is because Ronald got into the walls. And for years, he was moving from wall to wall to wall. And finally, after about 3 or 4 years of this, one day he gets to like the wall that's out in the outermost guard booth of the prison, and he kind of squeezes behind a chocolate bar machine, and he gets out, and he just like kind of walks out into the world.
See you later, prison.
And he's in a new world. It's the modern world. Years have passed, and he's no longer the dashing young man he was. He's got prison physique.
I've got psoriasis.
Not like pump and iron in the yard. Like, no, he's got like...
What year is this?
Let's see. This is 70s. I think he was in jail for like... Let's say it's the early 2000s, because I don't want him to be super old.
I'm so old.
Okay.
He's middle-aged, right? He's out and he's free,
He's
right?
seeing the Star Wars prequels.
No, he didn't see him in prison.
The prequels, though.
Oh, wait, I guess he could. He could see... He sees them. He's immediately disappointed. He's like, this is garbage. He's like, he goes, he writes up his novel finally. He's been writing it in his own fecal matter the whole time he was in prison. And he goes, yeah. And what was it called? Altraka? Altrant?
Atlantis.
Yes.
Forgot it. I've already, yeah. And he sends that to George Lucas neighbors or anything.
Prince Duco.
And he just kind of disappears into obscurity.
Again?
Yep. Because, without, like, did I mention he lost his hair?
I'm a regular Lex Luthor. Huh?
No.
He's going bald. You know what this movie's called, Tim?
So say, Bald Ronald.
It's called Bald Ronald.
Really? You just threw that in the end? It's called Bald Ronald.
I meant to mention, I think I mentioned maybe that he was like, getting paunchy and losing his hair, but I don't think I leaned on enough. Maybe I didn't say it at all.
Didn't.
Listeners tell me. This is as if anybody's listening at this point. Everybody's turned it off in rage.
You got to put
Tim, you do your story.
You got to put it in earlier, so it's Chekhov's bald
Bald
head.
Ronald, because he's an old man who lived in the walls of the prison. People would notice his big stomach just jutting out from the walls. Like, what the fuck's that? And nobody really thought to look, because it was prison. They're too busy making shivs.
Well, guess what, George? In my movie, Ronald goes to prison too.
What?
And in
Tim.
the late 80s, what?
Does he go bald?
Yes, sure, he goes bald.
Nice. Wait, while you talk, Tim, I'm going to look up the actor and see what he looks like now and see if he's bald.
Oh, it's going to be sad if he's dead.
Oh, he's almost certainly dead, isn't he? All right, keep talking, Tim.
Well, in prison, he was allowed to have his toolbox and his art supplies.
Well,
So-
a mistake.
Ronald, what he did, he made a wooden version of himself out of wood and painted a face on there so it looked like him. And it looked like it was him in bed working on his novels of Atlanta. And what he does, he escapes while they think he's there sleeping. And you know what he does?
What does he do, Tim?
Because he had terrible eating habits. He goes right to McDonald's. He loves McDonald's. He loves junk food.
His way.
And he kills a Big Mac. And then he goes outside and he gets sick and pukes in the kids' playground. And he says, oh, I'm going to get blamed for this. So
I feel like...
he scoops up the vomit and buries it in a nearby yard. Who would do that? That's a strange thing to do. And then he goes to the McDonald's bathroom. And in the mirror, he sees his mother. And she says,
Why'd you bury it,
Ronald.
You would have been okay if you didn't bury the vomit. Now people are going to assume you did something wrong. So he's worried he's in trouble, and he finds a small opening in the bathroom wall, and he climbs into the McDonald's wall. Yes. Well, it's a place. It's a space where they store all their unused Happy Meals. So he crawls in there, and he found some Fraggle Rock toys from the Happy Meal, and he used the plastic Fraggle Rock drill to drill a hole in the wall, so he could watch young ladies ask for Cokes and McNuggets. And he drilled into the ice cream machine and sucked all the ice cream out, so it's never working.
Wait, isn't that something famous about McDonald's, that their ice cream machines don't work? Okay.
Yep. And he would read the tiny books of poetry they put in the Dead Poet Society Happy Meals.
I once knew a lady from Massachusetts.
Okay. And he used the tiny knife in the Crocodile Dundee Happy Meal to cut his nails.
This is a knife.
And he used the tiny white and purple makeup kit that came in the Batman movie Happy Meals to paint his face white so he could look like the good Ronald. You know who the good Ronald is? Ronald McDonald.
Oh, I
he wanted to be
catch
good
all
for
the
a
hints.
change. So of course he comes out at night and steals McNuggets and fish fillets and hamburgers, and everyone's like, "Who's stealing our food?" And at first they blame the Hamburglar and even suspect Grimace, but they both have good alibis because they were eating at Kentucky Fried Chicken those nights. So they call in the big guns to find out who's behind these thefts. The good Ronald, not Ronald Reagan, but Ronald McDonald.
McDonald, yes.
McDonald, the Ronald McDonald. And he sniffs out there's holes in the walls, and someone could be in there. And Ronald goes into that small door he finds, and he confronts Bad Ronald. And they have a thrilling cat and mouse chase. I can't even describe it, with...
Do they chase a cat and a mouse?
Yes. Bad Ronald created traps with the Legos from the Lego Happy Meal.
Wait,
and Ronald... Yep.
Lego doesn't partner with McDonald's.
They did. They had a Lego Happy Meal. No. And Ronald McDonald uses his ability to spit poison darts from his mouth, like all clowns have. They both stop their fight when they hear a voice everyone knows, George.
What?
A voice.
Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan.
At the checkout, asking for a Big Mac and one of those jelly bean Happy Meals.
The Burger King.
No, yes. You had it right. Jelly bean Happy Meals.
Oh, that is Ronald Reagan.
It's Ronald Reagan Perlman, famed star of the hit TV show Beauty and the Beast. Today he's out in character because he wants to get the role of Ronald Reagan in a TV movie.
I guess he is a Ronald. Never thought of that, Tim.
He's a Ronald Perlman.
Yeah, he is true. Yeah. Ron Perlman normally, but yeah, you're right.
When the servers tell Ronald Reagan Perlman that there is no such thing as a jelly bean Happy Meal, he demands that his Secret Service actors with him tear the place apart.
Tear down these walls.
As they are so up for their roles, they commit to the act.
Agent Gorbachev, tear down these walls.
And start tearing the place apart, pulling walls down and exposing good Ronald McDonald and bad Ronald, and even a third unseen old man, Ronald McDonald, that has been dead and living in the walls since the 1970s with ketchup and mayonnaise on his face and his hair all put into different...
And he's dead and he's been living in the walls.
Yes.
So I'm gonna muse up on that sentence.
Frightened, the actors playing Secret Service agents shield Ron Reagan Perlman and they shoot all the Ronald Reagans in the walls.
What act are we at here?
They shoot all the Ronald McDonalds in the walls, and they kill everybody. They kill Bad Ronald, they kill the dead Ronald, but the real Ronald McDonald,
the dead Ronald.
The real Ronald
the
McDonald?
real Ronald played by the guy, the famous newscaster, the weather guy?
No, this is the real Ronald who's magical. Bullets don't hurt him. He just walks up a moonbeam while eating a French fry and walks away.
Is this the same? Does he? Oh.
See?
Is the French fry part of one of the Fry Guys?
Yeah.
So he's eating one of the Fry Guys?
Yes. It's screaming.
Brutal. It's screaming. It goes, no, that's my nerve receptors.
Yes.
Wow.
And Ron Perlman didn't get the part of Reagan, but he lived happily ever after and played Hellboy. And this movie is called The Three Ronnies. Sorry, I should let you guess. You would never guess that.
I would have guessed the three. I was going to guess the four Ronnies. Because it was Ron Perlman.
Do you know what the two Ronnies is?
Bad Ronald and Dead Ronald. No, I have no idea.
Well, it's a BBC comedy show from the 70s.
Nice, good. How many people alive today do you think would know that? I'm happy to report
Dirk
the actor...
Feelgood from the movie mixtape. He's
Dirk
like,
Feelgood.
two Ronnies, I love them.
Noted fake British person. I'm happy to report, Tim, that that the guy who played Bad Ronald is still alive.
Okay.
I'm unhappy to report that my attempts while you were talking to find a picture of what he looks like were confounded by the fact that there is a music producer with the same name who's apparently much more famous now. Yeah. You know that. You're not the only Tim Hamilton.
I know.
It's pretty hard to find a photo of you because I keep finding pictures of this naked man.
I try to look up pictures of George O'Connor. I'm always getting the George O'Connor, who's a famous flutist in Ireland.
Is that really?
I'm like, that's not George.
Really?
Yep.
There's the guy who's a hurler. There's a hurler. There's a hurler who's a George O'Connor.
That's you.
It's been a while. I'm going to type in George O'Connor and see who comes up first. This is good.
Is this our worst episode ever?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, it's me, Tim. I come up first.
Speaking of my dad, I hope you can give me a ride home.
I like the whole first page, Tim.
You are.
Wait, now I'm going to look up, and I'm going to look up Tim Hamilton.
I'm redoing my joke. Speaking of my dad, I hope you can give me a ride home because he went out to buy onions 2 weeks ago and hasn't come home since.
Hey, I get it. Tim, you are on the first row of Google. You're the 6th picture that comes up as far as Tim Hamilton.
Ooh, there's the designer, right?
There is a guy who's got an IMDb, and then there's Nike appoints Tim Hamilton to something. He's a lot of these. There's Tim Hamilton, looks like the same guy in IMDb. Then there's the designer guy again. Then there's you. Then there's somebody I don't recognize. Then there's the guy who's clearly the male star. He's very pretty. The male adult movie star. There's a lot of Tim Hamiltons, Tim.
There is.
Yep. All right. This is our worst episode.
That was it. That is it. You pick a movie for next week. Oh, let me check.
Yeah.
Is there mail?
Nope.
Nope.
No, except for the big mail up front.
Fake mails.
Fake mails. Yeah, we got a lot of fake mails these days. Tim, I am going to suggest a movie. There's a movie I saw recently that I'm super excited about, but I'm choosing a movie that I've seen a few times. I don't know how good or bad it is, but it's an exciting movie, and I watched it recently, and the fact it doesn't have a sequel is insane to me, so it's perfect for us. Have you ever seen a movie called Head of the Family?
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah, I'm going to choose Head of the Family. It's on Tubi right now.
I've heard of this movie.
And like I said, it's you wouldn't say it's a great movie, but it's definitely not a bad movie. But it is also kind of amazing to me that it doesn't have a sequel. So I think we have to write our sequels for it.
It's a famous movie that they feel they may have stole the idea from Jack Kirby, or was it made before?
It's definitely.
The head character.
He could definitely. You're right. He is very MODOK-y.
Yeah.
I've actually never heard that, but that makes sense that could be a controversy on this because the titular head is a man with a giant head, and it's I don't know. It's pretty. I enjoyed this movie.
Speaking of MODOK,
Head of the Family.
What movie was MODOK? Is Ant-Man? Was he in was MODOK in Ant-Man 2?
Or 3. I think Ant-Man 3.
At some point, Marvel just decided, every new character we introduce is just going to be a goof.
Yeah, they did not do MODOK well.
Warlock was a goof. Every character since then.
Oh, I was thinking Warlock.
Warlock
the techno-organic guy. You're talking Adam Warlock, yeah.
Don't remember he was in Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah.
But he was
okay.
He was just a goof, though.
He wasn't really this Adam Warlock we know, no.
No. Everybody's a goof.
Nope. Marvel should make all their characters grimdark.
Punisher, he's just like a goof.
He's a goof. He's always like, just kill people. Have you watched the new season of Daredevil?
Nope. I boycotted, and we canceled. Okay. I'm still doing it. Because I don't trust them.
I just finished watching Daredevil yesterday. Yeah, that's the way my wife and I say it.
The first half, I was laughing because at the end of every fight, he just takes the bad guy's arm, like breaks it, and then screams at the sky, screams up in the air. Did you notice he does that with everybody?
No.
Pretty much everybody he fights, he takes them from behind, breaks their arm, and then screams. Come on, that's what he did all last season.
I'll happily report to you this season that doesn't happen once.
Oh,
yeah,
that's my favorite part.
Did you see in the first season? Is that when you see like Fisk crush that guy's head?
I think so.
That was shocking.
Or was that? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I don't know.
I see so many heads crushed.
All right. So join us in
2 weeks.
for Head of the Family. All right.
Oh, is it the end then? Okay.
I guess, right?
Yep, that's
anything
it.
else?
Nothing else.
All
No
right.
mail.
All right.
Yay.
Yay, no mail.
Brush your teeth. Go your own way.
Go your way, Rhiannon.
Check out that band, Driftwood Mac. Did you hear about the
I thought when
the
you started
Radiohead?
talking about Radiohead, well,
tribute band?
and they're all, what are they called?
They're all pigs, George. It was
They're all pigs.
ham radio.
That sucks. Ham Radiohead.
Yes. Come on.
Actually, that's not bad.
Otherwise known as head cheese, huh? Come on. It's getting better. It's getting better.
No, they got their song. They named themselves after a song by the Talking Head Cheese. How about that?
Yeah.
Because you know Radiohead is named after a Talking Head song. Right?
I didn't know that.
Yep, they did a Talking Head song called Radiohead.
Led Zeppelin was named after a terrible blimp disaster.
Yep,
that's true.
And Billy Idol was named after. Billy Idol was named after in the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark. That idol he grabs, throw him the idol, throw the whip. That was
idol
the Billy
was
Idol.
actually named Billy. I didn't know that.
Billy. It was Billy the Idol. Yeah. Yep.
Cars. That band. What were they named?
They were named after the Pixar movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Go bye, Beware of the Clowns.
So long.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Let me stop this.
This has been a Pity Party Line production.
Party line, it's a party line.
It's a new film. It's not a film that was made in 1974, for instance. How's that for a motherfucking segue? But actually, we still have to do. We have to come up with our plans.
It's a segue. Are we really cutting out the fireman comments?
I think we should.
Okay, I got to know that.